Now, Haval is a name you may not have heard of, or it may be a new name for you, but I guarantee you do know GWM Motors. They've been in South Africa for a very, very long time. We want to find out, where does Haval fit into the picture? And joining us on our insights is Charles Zhao. Charles, how are you doing?
I'm fine, you?
I'm very, very good. Quickly, let's just start. Before we even talk about you personally, what is Haval?
Haval is a professional SUV brand, let's put it this way. It is a brand that derived from GWM in year 2013. This is a premium SUV brand and professional SUV brand, especially for SUVs.
Well, it makes sense bringing Haval to South Africa then, because we know how popular SUVs are in South Africa. So I'm imagining we're expecting some really exciting things. Just from a brand perspective, does GWM still exist? Was this a decision made by yourselves globally to go with one brand, one message?
GWM still exists, and also in South Africa, Haval SA is our subsidiary company of GWM holding company.
Okay.
This subsidiary company take over the GWM business in South Africa. Before it was operated by a distributor, GWM SA, and now in last year actually, it's just a 1 year anniversary now. We take over the GWM business from the distributor, and we do the distribution and the marketing, all the things ourselves.
How did you get into the motor industry? I mean, growing up, I'm assuming you grew up in China. Was motoring a big thing? Because we know in South Africa, we grew up loving cars. Is it the same in China? Give us a bit of your background.
My background, I grew up in China. I have been with the company, with GWM holding company for 11 years.
Wow. Okay.
For Chinese, they also like cars, and there are lots of cars in China. Sometimes maybe you say in South Africa the road is full of traffic, but when you are in China you will see a different story.
Yeah, we don't have traffic compared to China.
Yeah.
Where did you grow up? Where are you from in China?
I'm from Hebei province. I'm not sure whether you heard of it.
No, on the map, where does that fit in?
I believe you know Beijing, the capital city. It's around about 300 kilometers from Beijing. So it's quite near.
And is it an industry town, or what's your city known for?
For our city, it's actually a town have very long history.
Okay.
And it is actually an industry town. GWM is I believe is the biggest industry in that town.
Okay. So it makes sense, I suppose, growing up in that town with GWM there, it obviously made sense for you to head into that industry. But what did you study?
Maybe it's a little bit weird. My major in university was computer science.
Okay. very clever. Eh?
But not so clever, but I love cars.
Yeah. And that was how you then moved across. But it's not very strange, Charles, because we've chatted to quite a few CEOs now who have come into the motor industry from very different backgrounds. I think understanding the industry and the motoring market as it is now requires a broader thought process, not somebody who is strategic in one area only.
Yes, of course, but to love cars, to love vehicles, to love cars, I believe it's a very important thing for you to better study, to give more, to have a better understanding of the industry. I believe that is also crucial important.
Yeah, listen, I mean, you wouldn't be in this business if cars weren't important to you, I suppose. How long have you been in South Africa?
I actually, the first time I've come to South Africa was in year 2012.
Okay.
And for now, this time I've been here for 2 months.
And what's your impression of South Africa as a country, and more importantly, as a market for Haval to be a strong player in?
First of all, I believe South Africa is a very beautiful country, with very blue skies, and very nice sceneries. And also for car business, I believe this is a country full of potential.
Yeah.
Especially for the SUV segment. This is one of the fast growing segment in South Africa, similar in China.
Yeah.
So I really believe, this country is full of potential. Although maybe the overall economy is not perfect, but still comparing with what it was last year when we just take over the business, it is better.
Yeah.
And I believe it's full of potential.
Charles, is it possible for you to look at the Chinese motor industry and see similarities in South Africa, or do you have to have a very different thought process in terms of how you do business here? Are the markets quite similar?
I believe there are lots of difference between China and South Africa. The consumers' consuming habit, I believe, is a lot different from here in South Africa. China grows very fast in the past 20 years, and also the car industry also grows very fast. Comparing with South Africa, I believe Chinese consumers' consuming habit is less mature than South African, frankly speaking, because here people will pay more attention to the economic use of the vehicle, and also the reliability of the vehicle. But Chinese people, I think, we prefer larger cars, and with a beautiful look. So, and also from the to buying a car is, the mentality is also different. For Chinese people, it's only when he have enough money will he make the decision to buy a car. So most of the purchase in China, the vehicle purchase in China is done by cash. I believe more than 80%.
Definitely not the case in South Africa. Everyone's on credit and owes a lot of money on their cars. But I think a big change. Interesting you said about you feel maybe that our market is a bit more mature, but China's obviously grown very quickly. It's obviously important that as a manufacturer you start producing cars that you can sell globally. And I think that's where the attention to detail, the fit and finish, the quality, the build quality, the perceived safety and quality elements are very important. And it feels like a massive improvement. First time I'm driving a few moments now in the H2. It feels really, really good. Has that been a key focus for Haval?
Yeah, actually, we are quite confident with this new brand. Other people are saying, because GWM have been in South Africa for 10 years. It's also quite the vehicle is also quite reliable, and the people love the GWM buckets. But for this Haval product, you will see lots of difference. It is definitely an SUV brand, which is much more different from the buckets. For this car. For the H6, this is the H2. For the H6, it has been leading the Chinese market for 49 consecutive months.
Wow!
So it is the sales champion in China. So it's from the other side, it can show how popular this car is and how famous, people must think this car must be reliable and attractive. And also for the makings, for the engines, for the designs, you will see it's big different. We employed the guy from BMW. I'm not sure whether his name is Pierre. Yeah, he was the designer of BMW, and he is now in charge of all the design of Haval products. So the design, there was already a big leap from before, and also the quality.
But it's also, you've got some strategic partnerships. I know we're driving, you're offering in the H2 and the H6 with the ZF gearbox, 1.5 litre turbo engines, as well as the 2.4. So there is a massive leap forward, and it's important because it is different. A person who buys a bakkie wants reliability, so we know reliability is there, but it's the touch, it's the feel, it's that sort of quality that an SUV owner is looking for. What is your favorite thing about the H2?
The H2, we have the keyless entry. You don't have to use the key, and also this car is with the four-door power window, and also with cruise control, even for the entry level.
See, that's important, specification levels, because I suppose you have to be very price competitive in this market.
Yes, for the pricing, I believe with that price, 240, 44, 45,000. You can't find another car.
You are about 100,000 rand cheaper than the competitors if you compare it space and specification wise. It's quite incredible. So, what is the goal? Final question for Haval. Have you set yourself some sales targets? What are you expecting the year to look like?
For this year, let's try to be conservative. My conservative plan for this car is 300 units per month.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and because as we have just mentioned, we are quite confident with this car, with a very competitive price, with the rich specs and powerful engine, and also we have a team of both Chinese and local people supporting the dealers and the customers.
I think that's so key. You have a local team that understands the SA market, but that support at a dealership network level is very, very important. Charles, 10 minutes flies when you're talking cars and having fun. It's great to have had you on Ignition, and I wish you the very best. I think the product looks amazing, really feels good too.
Yeah.
So I look forward to us reviewing this car properly on the channel.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you.